And we are back with yet another episode of R&R. It's Jamerson Ballard. I'm the host. How y'all doing this afternoon, man? Welcome. Yeah. Shout out to the Red Gang. All right. Shout out to the Capital Letter Club. All right. We appreciate y'all stopping through here, man, and seeing what we got going on because today's episode is entitled There Will Be Signs. There will be signs, right? And we're gonna talk about a large amount of things, but we're gonna dig into some of the things that went on with the trial, um, the Carmelo Anthony trial situation. Not too far into it, but we do want to look at some things that I think were mishaps in the handling of the case, um, and some of the other things that are happening around that. Um, I do have a guest today. My nephew is here to give us some perspective on what kind of things Carmelo might be walking into, going into, you know, the penal system in Texas, and some of the other things as far as like cultural norms, that nuanced things that you, as people that don't and aren't from Texas or haven't been, you might not understand some of the things that go on as far as the culture there. So, that's happening. We probably won't follow the normal format of the show today. So I need y'all to kind of give me some leeway today and give me some liberty to do what it is that needs to be done and what's said needs to be said. But we're not gonna keep y'all too late or too long. Um, so yeah. But without further ado, we're gonna bring up my nephew, Kendrick. What's going on? What's happening?
Uh, nothing too much, nothing too much. Good to have me on the show. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, we had to get you on, man. Listen, um, it looked like to me they pushed Brett into the penal system really fast. That don't seem like the norm, right? Like when you go into the jail system and you get found guilty of something, it takes them about what? How long? About 30 days to get you transferred to the actual prison. Y'all have to give us a second. I don't know exactly what happened, but in my understanding, it takes about 30 days, right? They advanced this shit like really quick. I don't know what that's about. And there's some other things that I'm gonna call bullshit on that I think should get the case thrown out if they was to appeal it. We all know that the decision came down that he was found guilty of murder, which I think is extremely harsh, being that he was provoked. When I and I've seen I'm gonna play the video of a guy who actually seen the video. So they were saying there was no video for a minute, but then they came out with one. And for the people that stay in that area, I think you would have had to take some steps to be able to qualify to see the video. And once you see the video, I mean, you can see it, but you can't record it. You can't tell nobody. I mean, you can't tell nobody. You can't like record it. And you know, you had to wait your turn to see it. At any rate, let's see, I think he's back now.
Yeah, you can hear me?
Got
Okay, cool. Yeah, I
you.
was normally within the TDCJ system. Takes about 30 days, 60 days after your sentence. A lot of times, I didn't see it take longer than that, but I'm gonna tell you,
Mm,
it's never a right away, 24 hours, same day, next day. Like it's never
right,
like that.
right. And so they got that boy in there pretty quick. I think that
Yeah,
I think the whole thing was kind of rigged. Um, but because I, I think that where is it at? Frisco? What part of Texas was it?
yeah. I was in Frisco, Texas.
Yeah. So I think that is that like a okay. So where have y'all have a lot of y'all ain't never heard of the town called Vidor, but where is Vidor, Texas? Can you explain to people how Vidor, Texas is in your own words?
Yeah, Vidor, Texas. That's in Southeast Texas. Um, it's always the history of it been always been like a racial town, like known to have like a lot of um, the key word like uh, you know, racist people or people things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. So it's like I guess they even has it's like basically a sundown town,
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
they don't like black people there. One of the most racist cities in I don't know in Texas, but if Frisco has any of that going on in it, right? Which I'm pretty sure they got some of it. I think the dad was kind of saying some wild stuff, but who knows? He was probably hurt at the same time though. The apple don't fall far from the tree, and that's where we at with this whole episode, man. Um, and we're basically going into the segment we like to call "Is That Right?" Is That Right? Is sponsored by Kicks, the luxury shoe brand, brought to you by yours truly. There will be a link in the description. Y'all check those out. Get you a pair. I'm about to. You know what? Don't even worry about that part. Listen, we got to figure out like what's going on with things before it gets to a certain point. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if this could have been helped with the whole. I mean, because he's like, well, why is he sitting in the tent? Why did he sit in the tent? He could have left. A lot of people don't know that that guy was sitting in that tent the week previous to that track meet, with everybody that's there without being bothered, and everybody was cool. But it was because the Metcalf twins were suspended. They were released from suspension at this point, and I mean, cause they they basically they terrorize shit, man. They're bullies. They got a whole situation going on. I don't mean that to say that they just they're bad people all together, but that's what's going on. You know what I mean? That's let's just be real. And because you'll hear it wasn't no video, it wasn't no video. The video is saying they're saying how clear the video was. You can see raindrops in the video, man. Like you can see it's but they ain't had no problem with him sitting there the week before. The Metcalf twins came, and that's when it became a problem. They got some note or a text message from the coach saying that they should, like be leaders. Like, you know what I mean? And I guess they took that to mean that they're in charge of who can do what where. And that wasn't the case. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I guess, they to keep them from being uh, you know, to be too reckless, to keep them from being too reckless, he was trying to instill some, to tell them that they have influence and they should be using that to be leaders and not, abusing that. You know what I'm saying? And they took it to mean something different, and they started trying to tell people like where it could. So when bro told him he wasn't going nowhere, they can't. You know what I mean? Now, okay, so what about knives? Is it really common for people to have knives out there?
Oh, in Texas, what a not having a knife is it's legal. I know containing to this situation, they said that it was something that went like some type of thing that you use on your cleats. So, but they justified that to be a
Yeah.
knife. But knives are illegal in Texas.
No, okay, but see, your spikes have to be removed with a tool like a knife type of thing, right?
Right.
And that's what he. I mean, but the defense didn't argue that that was what that was for or nothing. You know, and they were saying that the boy was nose to nose with the man, like bending down over him, like you really in his face, like. And this, you know what? Let me see. Like first video popping, man. You driving and stuff. Like, I have to share my screen. Hold on 1 second.
Listen to this.
Yeah, so again, my name is Tony Sturdivant. I was one of the individuals that put in a FOIA request to see the video. What I saw was starkly different from the testimony that I heard given in the trial. There were 6 kids that walked up, 2 splintered off. I guess that part of was introduced in the trial where they went to.
Okay, this is the guy that's describing the video that he was allowed to watch after he went through the proper steps. And he's gonna tell y'all that what he's seen on the video was a little different than the testimony that they gave. Some of the kids, I guess.
Deflect the coach. The other 4 walked directly to Carmelo Anthony. There was a brief conversation, I say maybe 20, 30 seconds. And from there, a scuffle ensued. It didn't last long. Carmelo backed out the back of the canopy. He looked one way, looked to the left, and flew down those bleachers. Now, this is the video that was presented to us. This is the question that I have, though. Why wasn't that video presented in court? And is it the true video? Because, again, it's starkly different from the testimony given in the trial. Carmelo Anthony flew down those bleachers, fell at the bottom of the bleachers, got up, took off. It was maybe 2 or 3 kids that you can see kind of give chase, but Carmelo was gone. So they
So okay, so he said all that kind of fast, but what he was saying, because there was another lady that I seen, and she went into it in a little more detail, but she a little more long winded too. But she was just saying like that it was one kid that came and sat by Carmelo for like 7 seconds, and then he got up and walked back to where he had came from, and there was they basically came to the conclusion that that was the twin that didn't get killed. He obviously ain't, you know, the head buster out of the 2. So he went and got his brother, and 2 more people came with him, I think. So now you got four people walking in your face, and they came right into him, and was like, "You got to get the fuck out of here." Probably, And I wanted to kind of listen to like some of the ways that the dad talks. Um, I might have pulled up a video of that, but that's just to kind of show y'all like you you can you can cut out a whole lot of shit out your life if you just learn what to look for in order to keep from getting into some bullshit. And when I be telling y'all, almost it's not foolproof, but how a person do one thing is pretty much how I do everything. What kind of lets you know in a nutshell, like what you got going on. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and there'll be signs that this person don't handle business like they supposed to, or they that this person don't do, or they do that they do this. Like, you know what I mean? 'Cause there'll be signs that, and with the success thing is crazy because some of the signs don't look like you succeeded. You get like more difficulty, but once you're able to navigate through that difficulty, then you graduate to, you know, the next level boss. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through the level first, and then you get to the level boss, and it's like keeps repeating. But we don't look at it like that. We just see that if we get through these days that we've been getting through normally without anything going wrong, then we did good. But in reality, bro, you going upward, what happens? You're gonna have to strain a little bit. It's gonna wear and tear on your muscles a little bit more because you going upward. You're on the incline. You know what I mean? So just kind of understand that shit. But there will be signs that you on your way somewhere because motherfuckers will be, you know, they'll dislike you for no reason sometimes, and it ain't gonna make no sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was originally, now from what he said, and he right, they didn't bring up necessarily what he just said in that video, but as far as for what they did say in the court, from what I was told is, he sat under the tent, um, and they say it was a random tent. He didn't know them. He had just met them, and they had an issue with him being there under that tent, and he refused to leave from there or whatnot, and he ended up getting into it with both of the twin brothers, and at some point one of the twin brothers ended up well before he pushed them, they said they was gonna do something to him, and that's when he was like, if you touch me, see what happened. That's when Camelo was. That's what he said, and before you know it, Austin ended up pushing him. And when Austin pushed him, they said now based off of the what was presented and said in court, it was like within seconds encounter. So they're saying, for what I was told, within seconds he ended up pulling out, the sharp object that he used, and he stabbed Metcalf once in the chest. And at that point, he took off running, and he ran to whatever adult or whatever. But I would totally say, given the circumstance, you know, I feel like all of it could have been avoided. It's a downside on both families because a family lost a son into the system. You lost one to living in reality here in life, and I feel
Mm.
like the whole thing could have been avoided in general. And it kind of somewhat paints the picture of of the young generation nowadays. How I look at it too, because again, the young generation around his age and stuff, they quick to pull out weapons anyway, especially a gun. And the jury also, I feel like they looked at that too, especially given the crime. Because I don't know, I know crime is bad everywhere, but I know here in Texas, like shootings is man, and most shootings going on by the young people, far as from what I be seeing. And yeah, I'm not 100% sure if he should have got 35 years, but a lot of people like to compare other things, like similar other cases where a white person done this and they got 15, but they didn't get nowhere near the 35 years and things like that. And that goes into politics, but
And that's
but
why I
yeah,
was
I
thinking.
I feel like the whole thing could have been avoided.
Of course, but I mean, when it's gonna be, and it's gonna boil down to lots of upbringing. They say that the boys, one of them, the one that got killed, honestly, had broken his dad's collarbone. Who gonna tell you something you beat your daddy ass? He didn't
Yeah.
abuse his daddy twice. They running around with guns and shit. They've been for knives and this little dumb shit. Like, what I'm saying? But they causing a ruckus and doing and running amok. But somebody was like, they was moving like they had a mob or something. Like they just kind of came around, bro, in the sea where he couldn't like leave. You know what I'm saying? And he was like sitting down. Like you gotta be able to stand up to run or to move. Like, you know what I mean? Like motherfucker just walk up on you, stand over you, like, and you ain't even stood up yet. Like, what the fuck you did I tell you get the fuck out of here? You know what I'm saying? Like that's gonna make
And
you feel a certain type of way. In our family, and that's the cultural difference why they should have definitely had. Well, okay, so they saying that they didn't have no teachers,
uh,
that all the black people that they would have had on there would have been. It's like because they were educators, they didn't allow them to be on the jury. Because then I guess Carmelo would have gotten favor with them because he's a great student versus Metcalf. I guess I don't know. Like I've virtually never been a problem. Straight A, you know what I'm saying? Double athlete. Like, why are they punishing this kid? I don't see how he would. You know what I'm saying? He would have definitely got the benefit of the doubt, but they might have put the fix on this whole thing because of the cultural, I mean, the white supremacy culture out there. They just they didn't want to ruffle no feathers because they was like,
yeah,
I mean, these people are getting death threats and shit for being, that they killed a white man. You are a part of the people that like let him go free. You'll never live in this town again and have any peace in this town again. They live in that town, bro. So we gotta live here. We shop here. We play ball. My son, you know what I mean? Like they really got if they can they boy, they would never live that shit down. They kids would be like, you're nigger lovers. They'd have to
yep,
sell
literally.
their house and move to like somewhere else, like out of Texas. But anyway, bro, I mean, and I hear that the damn judge was best friends with the dude daddy, bro. If they was to get this appeal, he should have never presided over this case in the first place.
Yeah, if
He
that's
was
true,
supposed
that's a conflict of interest.
Yeah, he was supposed to recruit himself from the case. He was supposed to say that and then walk down and step down and let somebody else take it. But then that would have probably caused a problem too. And I got him talking like he did something like this is ridiculous, bro. Let's finish with this guy seeing the video and see it. If he says anything else, kind of mind blowing.
Put a finger on him and touch him. But I don't know why that was not brought up in court. I don't know why that was shown. I don't know, but that's what I saw.
Okay, now let's listen to the other witness that filled out the Freedom of Information Act. And in her video, you'll hear her mention a few things. One, when you fill out the form and you get approved and you get to watch the video, they ask, hey, do you want to see 2 minutes before the incident or you want to see 11 minutes? Thank the Lord, she said, no, I want to see everything. I want to watch 11 minutes. And in that 11 minutes, she said that she sees Carmelo Anthony sitting in or around the tent for 8 to 10 minutes. Remember I told you guys yesterday, in yesterday's video, I'm going to pin it below, that he was invited to the tent. A lot of people are talking about, oh, this tent culture and you're not allowed to be under another school's tent. His school didn't have their own tent and it was raining. He was invited by somebody who he knows. He knew that person's family well. We told you about that yesterday. So it's not like he was there for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, and then it was like everybody was telling him to get out. He was underneath the tent and in the area for 8 to 10 minutes. Take a listen.
Carmelo Anthony, my name is T, and when I went to see the video, they ask if you want to see it from either 2 minutes before the stabbing or 11 minutes before. So I chose 11 minutes. From the moment she pressed play, Carmelo Anthony was already sitting up underneath that canopy, and he was sitting there for at least 8 to 9.5 minutes. You see, well, I saw a boy in a black hoodie go over to him first, and then they left out of the tent, and then you see coming across the field was another 6 boys. When they got to the bleachers, one, he went out of frame, and the other one sat at the bottom. But the remaining 4, they went directly to Carmelo Anthony. And like T said before, it was a brief conversation, and then all you see is commotion. And we know from the interviews that Hunter did, we know that Hunter was, in fact, up underneath that tent. The next thing you see, you can see Carmelo in the midst of them assaulting him. You can see Carmelo trying to back out, but he gets pulled back forward. The next thing you see is Carmelo, he comes shooting out the back, but he's still not standing. And he had to like kind of crab crawl backwards, and he had to like jerk away from them because they still had a hold of his hoodie. He goes up a couple bleachers and he's looking around for which way to go. He runs diagonally down the bleachers and then he falls. At the time of him falling, that's when I noticed another 3 boys coming down the bleachers chasing after him. But once Carmelo got up, he took off. You didn't see him for the rest of the video.
Now listen to.
Yeah, bro, got up out of there.
Um,
Bro, got up out of there.
that could totally, if those statements was wrong up, and if what they saying was true and accurate, that can also make Austin Metcalf, that can make them look like the aggressor in this situation. Because thinking about it, actually thinking about it and hearing these statements that I haven't heard yet, I'm just now hearing it. It makes me also start thinking like, you know what? That makes more sense, because they made the story sound like he just randomly sat under there because it was raining, and then randomly somebody say you need to get from over here, and then randomly the dude walk up and shove him, and then he end up randomly stabbing him. That sounds more accurate compared to what they trying to present now.
Exactly. And that's wow. So you in the state of Texas, they say that they got to stand your ground, but if you're the provoker, then you don't have that. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
they try to paint it like he is the provoker by saying that he sat in their tent first and leave out the part that he was invited to the tent. Like, you know what I'm saying? And now that they know that he was dug, and then like I said, it was like he was sitting there like the week before, and but like the kids were suspended. Let's listen to Charleston White talk about what he seen, because he was talking shit about the kid case. I mean, he was actually against Carmelo and them. You know what I mean? Also, wait. So, do you think that? I mean, like, where are they putting him? Do you know?
I think
I
he's
think
at
he's at.
Pack One. All this information is public records, is online, but it's on. I think he had Pack One or something like that. But originally, I was told that once he was shipped away, he was shipped to some unit to where apparently the warden was related to Metcalf family because they had the same last
Like,
name, and they had to hurry up and get him away from there.
really, man, they trying to kill that man, bro.
Yeah,
They,
at this point.
it's like I'm not really cool with this whole imitation, but they trying to make this into some race shit, and I can't let them make this into no race shit. This ain't no fucking race war. That's bait. Like, you know what I'm saying? This was a bully issue, plain and simple, that just happened to happen between two different races. Now, it's getting to the point where people are becoming distracted with this whole thing. And I don't know, bro. It's some other factions that might want us to be at each other's throats that's not here, that want to control here, though. So we going back and forth with each other about bullshit, it makes us weaker. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can't fall for the okie doke, bro. And I don't know if the Khazarians is trying to put that shit out, but a lot of people be saying that they control the media, so that could be a possibility. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to give nobody the satisfaction of thinking that we, as the black community, determine this to be a race issue, because we can't let it become that. It's got to be what it is. And we understand that in this system, we don't get the fair shake because it wasn't built for us to benefit from it. But 35 years is murder, period. Like, the fact that the judge is friends with the dad should have got this case thrown out. That might be a blessing in disguise, whoever decides to litigate this case. Because a lot of you niggas out there, you jigaboo ass niggas, you niggas that's lawyering, y'all niggas ain't lawyering for real, man. Y'all niggas is scared, bro. You niggas could be on some cockering shit, but you really ain't got the balls because that nigga died behind that shit probably. And you niggas ain't cut like that. And I get it. I'm not saying you should, you know what I'm saying? But litigate this shit right, man. You know, get this bag, get this bag, do some real work for once in your life. You know what I mean? A lot of you niggas dress real snazzy, but y'all niggas will not touch that shit, bro. If that nigga need a real good stomp down lawyer to go pro bono, I need you niggas to step up, man, and go ahead and handle that wax, bro. You know what I'm saying? How, who gonna do it? You know, and win, not just stab that nigga get scared at the first death threat. So you niggas are scared of death threats and shit now? No. Like, yeah, motherfucker. This motherfucker's don't be.
Yep, I'm gonna tell you some attorneys like
Mm.
you have some attorneys like they be scared to touch certain cases like even like let's say like the CPS system violates somebody's rights or something, and you can clearly see it. A lot of the or child support and things like that. Like attorneys out there, they don't like to touch like cases like that. They do not. They be scared.
And look, bro, I don't know, man. I feel like I say feel like. Let me stop saying it because this is a game that you got to play to win, and you got to pay bills. You know, you start taking certain shit. I'm pretty sure it's like, you know, you get classified after a certain amount of cases in that fashion. You know, you do too many rap murder cases, you a rap murder case, motherfucker. You do too many now, civil rights shit. Now you or uh, uh, are you an ambulance chaser or something? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure. I don't know what the classifications are of tiers of lawyer, but I'm pretty sure you kind of got. I used to see some that just be sitting in the motherfucking courthouse. They just sitting there all day. They definitely. I used to tell niggas, bro, if your litigator's suit don't match, that nigga gonna represent you how they look.
Mm-hmm.
If that nigga got on some bullshit shoes and he got his shit, this belt and shit is what I mean? It's stretched all out. Shirt barely tucked in, tie too short. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, think about that. Now you ain't got that much money, and this is some serious shit. he talking about 12 months, he just gonna continue your shit till you pay him down. He going to court for you that day. Till you your shit for 12 months or 2 years. You have all your $12. You know what I'm saying? Or you can get your money up and make sure you got something sturdy up under you and get you an attorney. You know what I mean? Hey, bro. A lot of people brag on the fact that people with Khazarian descent are the best lawyers, but
Yeah. I would promote people from my learning experience, from what I didn't seen. Um, I like one of these people I know of. I know him personally, and um, basically, child support got over him, violated his rights. They've been taking his money to this day, and he didn't know it until he was doing research. And he showed me a letter one day, and I read it, and it's saying that you don't owe any money. There's no money being garnished, and he take care of his kids. He got his kids personally and everything. And I was like, "Did you read what this letter said?" And he was like, "Yeah." I was like, "And they taking your money?" So I did some research for him and stuff, and he realized like he got a whole case versus considered as the OAG child support division. But doing more research, I realized this is why a lot of them attorneys don't take these cases or take cases against dumb or high stake cases, especially like dealing with black people involved, because a lot of that shows the corruption within the system. A lot of them judges be corrupted. A lot of them state officials be corrupted. A lot of them probably corrupted themselves or probably done stuff they got dirt on them. So they be scared to touch certain things. You get what I'm saying?
I mean they definitely be taking bribes and taking gifts and but it's like when you're doing something when you're in a position of authority. I tell people you can't take no bribes, bro. You can't take no gifts. You can't accept that shit. You know what I mean? Because the minute you do that, then it's hard, man, bro. No, thank you, but no, thank you, bro. Um,
Yeah.
I treat myself really good. So whatever you trying to give me, I don't really that doesn't flatter me. Like you know what I'm saying? I can't be bought. I can be paid, but I can't be bought. You know what I mean? But like I said, bro, it's a lot of things that kind of come up because when you in the black community, we say if somebody try to do you bad, but only if somebody is trying to do you bad. Like you don't go after nobody, but if somebody won't stop bothering you, and they trying to harm you, they put their hands on you. You date somebody that you think you can't take 1-on-1 like by yourself. You pick up something and you hit his ass with it, and I bet you that motherfucker back up off you and then think about it before they try to get at you again. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't like that's not saying that he should have killed nobody or used deadly force. I'm just saying when you that much bigger than somebody and you approaching them like while you sitting there, you don't really have a lot of time to think about what you're gonna do. I mean, they pushing you like on the bleachers is dangerous, bro. You know what I mean? You can hit your head and fall. It's like it's not straight. You know, it's just a bad deal altogether. And a lot of split decisions, the second decisions that made that wasn't cool. But if they was to find him guilty of something, it shouldn't have been no murder. Maybe involuntary manslaughter. Maybe what I mean with like 7 years. 7 to 10 years. Like what I mean, like with good behavior. You know what I mean. You get out. You know what I mean, which ain't even and that's kind of a lot of time. But you know what I mean, like the boy didn't mean to hurt that man like that. He just stood up for himself. You know what I mean? So you touch me and you'll find out.
Yep.
Don't
Giving
touch me.
giving him being black, I mean, giving him being black because history has shown it's not nothing I'm just coming up with. I highly believe if it was the other way around and the white dude was the one that stabbed him and the other one died, I highly believe even if he would have been found possibly guilty, I think he would have got less than 35. It was a white person involved.
Well, that goes without saying. White person involved. Oh shit, he would have went home the same day. Self defense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Case closed. No lawyer involved. No. You know what I mean? And what? He went to school the next month. It wouldn't have been nothing, bro. And that's not cool. You know what I mean? That's kind of an exaggeration, but it would have been something similar to that. You would have got a slap on the wrist, because it was us that was killed. It's supposed to be for them the other way around in their mind, But it's
Right.
like it's not. It's not in their mind, and and if it's up to them, they'll never be like that. It's not. We're not to them that we're not equal. And the minute we are equal, that's when it's over with for them. They feel so. You know, it's it's not cool, but I don't know, man. That might be a sign of of the failure of society because why is it that the colonizers always try to kill their predecessors, bro? I've never understood that why white people like they really want to kill their parents, bro, their grandparents, their parents. They like why do you fucking kill you, you stupid bitch? Get out of my fucking room. Did I tell you stop knocking on my door, you stupid bitch?
Yep.
Well, well, Gunner, I just wanted to see if you wanted some macaroni and cheese. No, I don't want fucking macaroni and cheese today. I don't want chicken nuggets and milk. I want a glass of milk and chicken nuggets, ketchup. But yeah, they just, I don't know, bro. I don't understand why that is. Uh, why would you try to destroy your line, like what you came from? It'd be so hard to accept, though. Like, a lot of Asians are starting to come around. They were in denial, too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they try to act like they just, came from white, bro, everybody came from black people. I mean, not even black people, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was formed from the earth. What other color would you be?
Yep.
You not finna be white. Anything white and without pigment looks sick. I seen a white horse on this weekend. It has like clear eyes, like blue. It was kind of trippy to see. I thought it was like an albino horse or something. You know what I'm saying? Blonde hair. Albinos are black people, by the way, too, bro. I don't know if people know that. Like that's why I think like I don't know, but they, have you ever met an albino before? Shout out to all the
Uh,
albino
not
people
sure.
that's out there, like doing y'all shit. You know what I mean? And so people might be like, "Oh, the gingers." Now those are the albinos, bro.
Yep.
But have you ever met like an albino before?
I possibly have. I probably just didn't notice.
You'll know because they got blonde hair, but it still be nappy. And then, like, you know what I'm saying? It'd be coarse. And then, they got like their eyes be blue or whatever. Not blue, like they don't have no pigment. It's just, and they be kind of sometimes they be darting a little bit their eyes, but that's probably because they have a little bit of trouble focusing, depending. You know what I'm saying? But it's some, you know, but there are people. You feel me? We're all people, but at the same time, damn, bro. So that's you. Do you think he'll have a hard time in the penal system though?
Like in prison.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think so, and especially given the unit that he went to, because I looked it up. I think I don't really think he'll have a hard time, but there are politics in there too. You know what I'm saying? There's politics in there that you have to follow, rather if it's the rules or rather if it's how things just work in there in general.
Oh, yeah. Let me look to see what Charleston White was talking about real quick when it comes to this whole thing. She has
I know
information.
he said he jumped off the case, and now he said that he working both sides of the case for
Wow.
monetization.
Monetization.
He
Man,
said
are
he
you
said he don't want to lose none of his followers, so he said he'd rather just work both sides, so therefore he still get paid.
wow. You know what? That sounds like it's fried shit. He said that nigga lukewarm to the motherfucker. Well, nah, I'm just,
Met with his father.
yeah.
I've been meeting with his father regularly. I had opportunity to talk, piece him up.
He's talking about.
I want to take the time to apologize to Carmelo Anthony's family. Man, I was all the way wrong about that kid. I was all the way wrong about that kid, homie.
Yeah, you just indicted.
I was all the way wrong about that kid. I met with his father. I've been meeting with his father regularly. I had opportunity to talk, piece him up. He go beat me in charges. I was under the impression that he brought a knife to school. So I'm taking a knife to school. Fuck him. He didn't take a knife to school. He didn't even know these two white boys. These two white boys just came over there with him because he was with another kid that knew those white boys. So he a new black kid who these big old white boys, big white boys. He a small frame kid. One of the white boys was on that side, one of the white boys on that side. So either way it go, they had him blocked in. And these some big white boys. These are some big, violent, aggressive white boys who got guns. And not only that, the one he killed whooped their daddy. See, the daddy come into the picture playing like he been around. The dad ain't been around. We would think the black dad ain't around. The white dad ain't around. The mother don't even identify the daddy as the husband. So he must have been an abusive father. He ain't even been in their life. So he just coming and getting the light. He just coming and getting the light. So he a low down dirty cracker. His sons are bullies. They bully on the kid, they no, because he black. Get him up under the tent. Man, y'all tripping. I ain't going nowhere. And they got a reputation of beating. The one he had to stab, he broke his daddy's ligaments. Big old strong guy. He should have killed both of them.
Damn.
He should have killed Pepper Woods with
Wow.
that's minding his motherfucking business, that don't bring harm to nobody. This kid ain't a bad kid. These bully white boys just fuck with the black baby. So now they trying to make it about race. No, it ain't about race. Justice was served when he killed that cracker. Self-defense.
Damn,
and the reason I say that is anybody can go see the video. Why do you think the media outlets ain't promoting to go see this video? You can go up to the school to see it. And if you go up to the school and see it, we all to see this kid will be found not guilty. But because it's in an all-white town in Crackerville, and they done made it about race, whoever Sarah Fields is, Sarah Fields, you a rotten motherfucker. And if I just had some time, I would put an army behind this family, but I ain't got time. It's supposed to be an army because Sarah Fields and the father and somebody who works for the court have been releasing Carmelo Anthony's family information to Sarah Fields. She's been putting it online, and the white folk been going, so they've been having to move. All those lies made up, homie, they can't even get the GoFundMe money. So they can't even touch the Go. So they just trying to smear campaign, but that's what the cracker do. Boy, I wish I can go back to when I was saying the type of shit. Boy, I wish they could have caught me 3 years ago when I was really on my let's go just the cracker shit. But homie, I wish I ain't got that spirit no more. So I'm saying, why black people ain't rallying around this family as they tried to rally around in the beginning? They are threatening this family. Homie, they keep having to move.
But how do you don't just lose the spirit, bro? It's either you got it or you don't.
No, you do lose it. You do lose it.
So you sold out.
No. You lose it. Everybody loses. Malcolm lost it, homie.
Like what you told me a year ago, you said that losing touch with reality.
You lose the spirit, homie. You lose once you lose the spirit of the things you once loved. Football players, artists. Dave Chappelle lost the spirit. Went to Africa, man. Fuck that. You lose the spirit because, homie, you fight for a group of people that you shouldn't really be fighting for. Who want to make the sacrifice for black people? After you done seen what done happened, after you make the sacrifice, you done lost king. My nigga, look at us. Who want to make the sacrifice trying to save these people? Nobody, homie. Because you have to fight these people to try to help these people. So they're going to put out your spirit. If you're not going to God daily, and I ain't going to, once I got money, I'm going to be with a hoe. God. I catch God on the deathbed. Right now, live and breathing in a vibrant, thumping hip game, I'm with hoes. God. You get to God in the back end of life like everybody else. But nigga, don't nobody want to have to be committed and dedicated to a cause that seems hopeless. Every day, this seems hopeless. You don't think you lose hope? Like kids who grow up in conditions that don't change? You don't think you're going to lose hope on them? You fighting every day? Yeah, you lose the spirit. And you find something else to do with a new spirit where you can enjoy life.
How you is dead?
Huh?
Yeah. I mean, I thought,
Yeah, he right. You not lying. He not lying because as far as like, that last part he just said about this, like having a spirit for it and things like that. Cause see, I've been looking into what is called activists. I was looking into all that and looking into like voting and why people don't vote and what we need to vote for, why we do it and different things like that. And when I look around in my community, my environment, how people is in general, it kind of brings you down because you'll be you're not the only one, but I get where you're coming from. Like this, you know what I'm saying? I get where you're coming from, though. I definitely get where you're coming from.
Yeah, because you feel like after a while, like you fighting a fight that ain't going, because you're battling the fact that they kept our conditions down. So, but this might be a little bit of the time we can kind of do more to get people woke up, because a lot of people are like not able to get certain things, so they might be willing to, like, for a long time they wasn't willing to risk their benefits in order to do something like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to be on no TVs because my food, that'll mess up my food stamps. Food stamps already gone, man. Sir. So now what? You know what I mean? Now that you got to get back out here and work for a living, Is you willing to kind of, you know, get on board with something for real? I mean, a lot of people talking about boycotting the Asians. Are you boycotting the Asian businesses?
Um, Honestly, no, because far as what I didn't know so far with history, black people don't stand on their word when it come down to doing stuff like that, man. Like, we still gotta go. We still have to go to these, white people like establishments and things like that. So I mean, we wasting our time doing that.
I mean, do you eat Chinese food that often?
No, I definitely don't. I don't. Only thing I get from them normally is probably like uh the shrimp fried rice. That's it, and I get that every now and then.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't have to deal with as many as often with the stuff. The fact that we got Amazon and all these other things, it makes it a little bit easier not to have to, I don't eat out very often. And when I do, it's like I want to eat Americanized, whatever version of food that I'm getting anyway. So, I mean,
Oh yeah, facts, facts.
I, you know, I want authentic certain stuff, but not other stuff. If you get my drift, like some of it, whatever, man. But yeah, I stay away. I don't really. I'm not going to get my hands done, my feet done by no. You know what I mean? Like it was a black person. We had an amazing conversation, and that's what it is. And yeah, man. Shout out to all the fathers out there too. By the way, it's about to be Father's Day, so do something cool for your pops, and not just motherfucking pair of tube socks. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, man? But what you got going on, Nev?
Nothing too much, nothing too much. But yeah, I definitely agreed on what he's saying, man. But I don't like the transparency that went on in the case, because I really feel like a lot of stuff was hidden and wasn't brought to light in the jury, and the picture that they painted makes it look like he just showed up there intentionally, ready to stab somebody. At this point, I mean, that's really how they making it seem.
Yeah, they definitely attempted to railroad that man, bro, because there's so much that they had to kind of fix in order to make it work. Like kids are all saying some same trigger. I mean, same words. Using the same wording. Same buzzwords as they say to to describe what happened, and it was drastically different than what they said earlier or what really happened. You know what I mean? Like they've been coerced. They don't have no black people on the jury, and every black person that was supposedly going to be on the jury is an educator. So you're not having no educators on the jury. Why? You know what I
Well,
mean?
my thing is like, with the jury goes based off of who's registered to vote, and um, and also I heard that both lawyers agreed to the jury that was presented. But you know, and from another thing I heard was there was some black people that was supposed to be on the jury, but they're saying that when it came down to answering questions, because they can't just put you on there. You may qualify, but they ask you questions, and you have to do things behind closed doors. And if it looks like the stuff you answered, if it looks like you're gonna be biased or anything like that, they're not gonna allow you to go up there.
So so you think that being a teacher would have made them biased towards Carmelo or the other kid?
Well, the thing is, okay, when you say teachers, you're referring to like people who was on the scene, or just random teachers in general and that lives in
No,
a
no,
town.
these teachers will be teachers that are in education, but they're not. They're just part of the jury pool.
Okay,
You know,
so basically random teachers that lived in that town, right?
in the area.
Oh, I mean, they definitely should have been allowed. I mean, because if there's no law saying that if you a teacher, you're not allowed to do jury duty, I mean, that's just something they came up with on their own for that case.
It's not. It's not. You know, if you're a teacher, you can. But it's like I think they're saying it like because the people that would have qualified to be on the jury and they were black were disqualified because they were educators, they were teachers. So
Okay,
that
so my thing is, yeah,
if we
go
got,
ahead.
I just think that because Carmelo was an amazing student and his he don't have a suspension record. He doesn't have any of that shit on his. You know what I mean? He's just a straight A student and he's double athlete. The Meth Cat twins are troublemakers, bro. They've been suspended. They just got back from suspension. Like you know what I'm saying? They gonna have biases maybe because of you know their experience in education. Like who don't like a kid that ain't been suspended? You don't even know who he is. You
You
know?
know, yeah, and that's facts, facts. My thing is, okay, if they didn't want to go with random teachers in the town that's black to be on a jury, then being on a jury is not just subject to teachers. They could have still went pulled in the pool because there's a pool of jurors that they select within that town that lives in that county, and they could have went pull any other black people then. They didn't have nothing to do with being a teacher.
Yeah, but they didn't do that, and so they probably just skewed the amount of people that could go to jury duty that was black, and the ones that could come was they you know what I mean. I don't really know who get to do jury selection when it comes to this kind of shit, but I do understand that there was a fix on it because even the defense attorney, probably try to throw it because he stay out there too. I think you know what I'm saying. He threw the game because he didn't want to get lynched. They was talking. He probably got some death threats too. You know what I mean? I would imagine,
Yeah.
and maybe the judge too.
I would definitely say. And speaking of jury, because I seen a video, and it was a black guy. He got on there and said, "Man, he said a lot of us complaining about how the jury is, and he was like, well, a lot of us don't even go to our own jury in our own town, and participate in that." And I was like, "That's right. I mean, it'd be hard. I mean, I just found some things. I don't like to be caught up in contradictions. You know what I'm saying?" And he right because it's plenty of black people that I know of, black people in general, and they love trying to avoid going to jury duty. And I always tell people like other races, huh?
I'm just laughing because they do. They don't want to
Yeah,
be involved in that.
exactly. So you got a lot of black people may be complaining about why it wasn't no black jurors, but I ask them, I say, well, I find it contradicting because you may not go to yours at all. Even if you went 90, that'd been fine. But most people don't want to go. They try to avoid it at all costs. As far as a lot of black people, and I tell them, I say, look, certain things like being on jury and things like that, you know, white people they teach their kids and they show their kids like, look, we go to jury duty, we go out and vote at the polls, we gonna be part of politics, we do this, we do that, you know. And I find and I always tell people like part of our race, I let them know this is stuff that we need to start participating in because again, if they're sparing their people, their white people when their white people go to jury and they end up getting these less time and stuff like that. Well, guess what? I mean, it can work the same way. It can work the same way if a lot of us start going to those jury selections.
Okay, but then that's all I got for you know, is that right, man? We like to move on to another segment I like to call Celebrity Spotlight at this point. So if you're gonna want to stick around for this entire ride, bro, but Celebrity Spotlight is brought to us in part by the fragrance that I call. It's been a minute since I let y'all have to forget, but it's called acquisition from for it's a unisex piece. So y'all check that out, man. Let me know what y'all think about that. Also, I got a new one coming out, so y'all be on the lookout for that. But yeah, man, and I almost mixed them up because I'm not supposed to promote the second one as much, but they're both my babies. Anyway, so yeah, bro. Did you know anything about whatever his name is, Ha Davis, bro? Saying that he let his wife get hit by another dude while he was watching or something like that, bro.
Yeah, I never heard of him.
You ain't never heard of Ha Davis?
Not at all.
Okay, so it was like he be like, hold on, big fella, hold on, big fella. Like, hold on, bro. Did I hear this? Let me see. I think I messed up. I don't even think I got it. But yeah, I think he what how does that I know it doesn't really affect us as men, but what is that what does that make you think about, like when you hear that? Like, you know what I mean? Do you
Like,
lose respect for a person that likes to watch other men hit his wife?
um, like what you mean by that?
I mean, what I mean, it ain't none of my business, right? I don't really care what a person does, but it's like, what you would you would you consider doing that shit for your wife if she wanted, if that was gonna make her happy?
Nah, I I don't think I uh be into that.
Definitely not, bro. You could have said it a little
I
bit
mean,
faster.
yeah, I don't knock nobody. I don't knock nobody that do it because I don't. I'm not into being judgmental. But I don't knock nobody that do it. But that's not my thing. Like,
I mean, so
And him. Right. Somewhere.
judgmental. I mean, does that make you judgmental? Like, if you see something that's like not in the same vein of what you got going on, like this, I wouldn't think that would make you judgmental as much as it makes you, like, you have discerning. Like, you understand what I'm saying?
right,
Like, you can. I'm not saying that you shouldn't like talk to those people all together. I'm just saying, like, because but we're talking about there will be signs, right? So, in some of these signs, successful people are capable of doing things differently in their household, where normal people in the normal circumstances and normal marriages haven't decided to do those things, though. You know what I'm saying? So that one person's kink doesn't necessarily determine whether they can be a bad person or not. I don't consider that. It really ain't nobody's business. I don't know how it even came up, but if I was to hear that somebody that I know and fuck with was into that kind of shit. Or, like it would change my opinion of them somewhat, but it wouldn't like, with some of these people, a lot of this shit, because I be paying attention to the signs, it don't be surprising me like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Like
it's so
honestly, like depends on how a person living. Now for me, if this like my main person, you know what I'm saying, my main female, some shit like that, like nah. But if this probably like some close home girl or close best friend, but it's somewhat like we dating, but we not, but we like we is, you know what I'm saying? Then that, hey, you know what I'm saying? That's like entertainment at that point. But if this my like main, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like nah, you get where I'm coming from, right?
yeah, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, you're supposed to probe out and find out about your person before she becomes your person to
Oh yeah,
know like,
right.
what their kinks are and if that's something you can live with or not. Some people want to do something as simple as like getting hit in the butt cheeks or get choked. Some of them want to do some other shit, like what I mean. They want to do some wild shit, whatever that might be. Like what I mean, want to dress up and and be in handcuffs and shit and whatever some
Oh yeah, yeah.
BDSM
Like,
shit or what I mean. She want to be tied up or something. I want to tie you up. I want to have you on all fours in a diaper and shit with a pacifier in your mouth talking about mommy. You know what I mean? Like, you got to figure that shit
I ain't
out.
never heard of that one. that I never heard of that one. I've never even thought of that one. That one even never came in my thought.
I don't even know, bro. I'm just saying, like, on some of these motherfuckers be wanting some dominatrix ass shit.
Nah, I totally believe what you're coming from because I have met an older woman one time back when I used to work at the prison. The older woman, she was like, "Yeah, I want you to come over with your correction officer suit on."
Mm.
I
Yeah,
was like,
she
"Oh
wants to
shit, she
role
trying to do
play like
like."
that. Yes, sir. You feel me? And that's cool to be able to do it. If you can't keep up with that though, you should be able to say like, like, nah, I don't really think that's my thing. Like I didn't really like the idea of choking a girl, because I didn't want to be, what I mean, in my moment, and then they get excited and really kind of you wanted to get
Oh
choked
man.
around and got smoked. Like, and I ain't got time for that shit. I don't need that on my resume, man. So I had to find a way to do something similar to how to accommodate the individual, but it wasn't like grabbing neck kind of. I don't know, bro. I got my own technique.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna tell you something though, and it kind of had messed me up at some point. I was with one of my homeboys, and sometimes when people talk or tell you certain things, it can expand your thinking to something. You be like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So he was saying he was with this Mexican female, and they was learning each other, learning new things about each other, whatever. And she started telling him choke, choke her, do this, do that, do that. And
uh,
come to find out, they end up dating. And eventually, she ended up telling him how when she was younger and she used to, be, SA'd and stuff.
mhm.
And that messed him up because he was like, the whole time I'm doing this, thinking like this what you just like, but
She done got turned out by her uncle or something earlier in life, and so now she
oh
like
man,
that's what she wants. Her dad used to hit her in the butt cheeks or something like what I mean, something weird, bro. And like
oh man,
like
that shit messed me up.
hey man, people do weird shit behind closed doors to and sometimes it becomes something that people just live with and they do now. You know, but like I said, it's gonna be some signs, bro, that you dealing with a person that's probably been molested or something. You know what I'm saying? You might want to check that out. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't like being molested bad. I mean, it's not a great thing, but nobody wants to.
Oh
Some people
man.
like being molested. Some people do. You,
Yeah.
you cannot rape the willing. Okay, so, but for those that that have been, and I'm not trying to make fun of people that have been touched or whatever. It's not cool. Um, it's just they are different sometimes, and it might be some signs that person is just like wildly sexual. You know, like they just are insatiable. That might be a sign. Some people, I used to think that everybody that was homosexual was somebody that had been touched before or something. Like, you know what I mean? Because how else would you know to do something like that unless somebody showed you? You know
Right.
what I mean? Some some people are genetically predisposed to do certain things though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen a lot of gay chicks have kids, and apparently a lot of these gay dudes be having kids too. I don't even know how they would multiply though, unless they turn other people out. Like, you know what I'm saying? So they can't really. They go to prison, get turned out, come back gay. You know what I'm saying? And that's how they get gay people is they get out of prison. Nah, I don't I don't know, bro. If somebody go get turned out though, and now they gay, this is the only way I thought gay happened. But at any rate, I don't even know how we got on that shit. I'm just saying. I mean, that people just kind of, I don't know, guess go too far with shit, and then they end up with certain kinks. But you got to know what you're dealing with, bro, right before you get into certain shit. Um, you know what I mean? Because the motherfucker can tell you anything, and they be showing you the whole time that they not telling you the truth, and
Yeah.
you don't pay attention to the signs.
Yep.
You
I
know,
dealt with that before. Yep. You ain't lying. Yep. Yep.
because you so busy trying to fuck, or you know, your nature or your hormones raging. So you trying to this person is showing you, then they got in your car. That's a crackhead, man.
Yeah.
Remember, it's an undesirable in your car. You know what I mean? You're not really
Yep.
looking at all you see is his ass. Like, ooh,
And good thing I know how to take my signs because I didn't met people like that, and something about them was strange. And come to find out, they used to do crack or they own crack or some on some type of drug. And I was like, well,
bro.
good thing I took my signs. Shit.
Yeah, bro. Come in all shit, y'all looking all at your appliances and shit, trying to figure out what they can steal and shit. Like, bro, that motherfucker, that probably ain't no good, bro. Older cats, they used to know what to look for, which lets them know that the person that you in association ain't about shit. They trying to tell you, but motherfuckers don't be listening. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, he ain't no good, girl. You need to tell him back. Like, what you mean? You done already fucked him though, raw. So now it's like you done got digmatized or something. You don't think he know that he know he insufficient in certain areas, so he had to hit you with what he's sufficient with early, and you went for it. Same thing with the ladies or the fellas. You know, bitch sucking on your dick too fast. Probably a fucking man. You might want to start checking that shit before you start let people just grab and do whatever they want to until you drunk. You like, oh, that feel good. You know what I mean? Like it's cracking too early, too fast. What's going on? Like you single? How long you been single? Oh shit, 2 years. Like bitch, what's wrong with you? Don't nobody want your ass? Looking like Zillow listing. Like damn, this motherfucking house been on the market for hella long. why ain't nobody buying this house? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's something wrong, bro. So niggas, y'all need to start paying attention to the motherfuckers. Girls be kind of catching it. It's the dudes that don't be catching shit right away. Bitch be naked, ass everywhere, but the background look like shit. And then you be wondering, like, how she single, bro. You only looking at ass. You ain't seeing the background, bro. Your house is dirty. You gonna get over there. You gonna be stepping over shit because this bitch don't know how to clean up, and the mattress is fucked up. She basically sleeping on the floor, like, bro. You ain't seeing none of that shit. You just looking at ass. There will be signs, bro. If the person that you're dealing with ain't shit, you know what I mean. So, anyway, Neff, you still there, man?
Yeah, I'm still here. Hold on, wait. I'm listening to you.
Man, they got this nigga Dr. Umar Johnson. They say he didn't finish the motherfucking school, man. I don't believe the shit. Let's look at this shit and see what this nigga talking about, bro. This nigga that finished the motherfucking school. Finally get hopefully this nigga ain't lying.
Done, and the school is ready, brothers and sisters. You must donate or you cannot participate.
What, nigga?
I said you must donate or you cannot participate. Look at those floors, brothers and sisters. We ready. We are ready, brothers. And look at the shine on that floor, brothers and sisters. But we need a final building inspection, brothers and sisters. That's what we're dealing with right now. This is the timeout room. Ladies, I need you to behave.
This shit, bro.
We are complete, brothers and sisters. Look at your school. Look at your school, brothers and sisters. We are complete and we are ready to decorate for our children. We are ready to decorate for our community. They said we stole the money. They say there would never be no school, but I'm here to tell you today the school is done and the school is ready. I said the school is done and the school is ready, brothers and sisters. You must donate or you cannot participate. I said you must donate or you cannot participate. Look at those floors, brothers and sisters. We ready. We are ready, brothers. And look at the shine on that floor, brothers and sisters. But we need a final building inspection, brothers and sisters. That's what we're dealing with right now. This is the timeout room. Ladies, I need you to behave. Ladies, if you misbehave, you got to come to the timeout room and you're going to get paddled. My beautiful African queens, my butter I blame you. You never built nothing for your people, so I can't blame you. Ladies, who's going to come decorate the principal's office? Ladies, who's going to come decorate the principal's office? I need a team of queens. I need a team of all natural head to toe queens that decorate the principal's office. I said I need a team of all natural head to toe queens to decorate the principal's office, brothers and sisters. Oh, yes. Peace. Your school is ready to be decorated, but we need a certificate of occupancy. Your school is ready to be decorated, but we need a certificate of occupancy. I want to thank all my donors who've been standing with us. We are complete, brothers and sisters. Look at your school. Look at your school, brothers and sisters. We are.
Ain't the certificate of occupancy the whole thing? You just, man, I don't even want to talk about that shit. The school looked cool though. I mean, would you send your kids to go Dr. Umar Johnson school?
I wouldn't send them right away, like the first year or nothing. I'll let other people experience it first, and then I'll go off of that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the school of Marcus Garvey, I had to see the curriculum. And then I don't know, man. I got a girl. I don't even know if he doing girls yet. He had to do the boys for a couple years first. But by the time he get around to getting to the girls, bro, they think get a girl's good be 2057. And nigga never get a girl's school. He barely got the boys' school. He still needs shit. Like, yeah, I got the school and the certificate of occupancy. Like, nigga, so you steady dry begging.
Mm-hmm.
You dry begging for the
Literally.
anyway, bro. This nigga asking for you cannot donate. You cannot participate, bro. Stop. Anyway. Um, yeah, man. That's well, let me see. Um there was I mean, okay, yeah, the next one, the motherfucking championship. Congratulations to the New York Knicks. I don't really care who win, but the Knicks won. So I'm glad y'all won. Y'all was beat people up and shit down there, man, from wearing jerseys. I don't know if y'all scared. I mean, I don't know what happened. San Antonio didn't have it. I'm not a
You
sports
know,
guy. Mm-mm.
yeah, facts. I remember you telling me when I was younger, I was watching, it was Golden State Warriors and Cavaliers. They was in the finals. And I remember you telling me like things about sports on how it possibly could be rigged and all that. And as I grew older, especially now, you can see it a lot. You definitely can see it. I'm not saying that they don't actually go out there and compete, but there do be moments throughout where things be rigged.
Mm-hmm. And it's like it's not even that subtle no more. It's kind of like so they still but you don't need to fix the entire game to get it to go the way you want to go. You need to just get a couple of key pieces, a referee or two, and shit, somebody to throw points or to not perform as hard as they normally do.
Yep.
It ain't about
Especially
the
with the betting thing now.
man. You know what I'm saying? Don't get over 30 points till after the third quarter or some shit. Like, you know what I mean? If you get over 30 points, make sure you don't get it till after the third quarter. Like that. You know what I mean? So there's little shit like that, make me like, not be giving a fuck about sports and shit. But because I seen the prediction that, the San Antonio Spurs are supposed to win. Well, because San Antonio Spurs are supposed to win, maybe they the word got out that the script got out, so they had to re-rig it. I think that happened with the Super Bowl last year too. Like they were supposed to be like I guess the Kansas City Chiefs were supposed to win, but because the script got out, they had to make sure that the motherfucking Philadelphia Eagles won some shit like that.
Yeah,
You
year
know?
for last.
Yeah. Who won last year?
Hell,
Hell,
hell, I
yeah,
forgot shit.
yeah. But anyway, bro. Yeah. Let me see. It was something else I was supposed to talk about though, as far as like celebrities, man. Um. Oh yeah. Somebody came out the closet or some shit, bro. Damn, who was that?
Boss
Bro.
man D-Lo.
Nah, that's kind of old. Somebody else, bro. Sauce Walker did have some funny looking ass black bitches in this video. That was disappointing. But it was damn, bro. Who was that, man? I'm trying to think. Somebody. Um, it escapes me. It's not a real big deal though. But they did you know, every now and then you get shocked when you hear certain shit. I don't remember
Oh
if
yeah, You talking about Go Yayo?
Nah, but he gay or something. No, oh no. Okay, NBA young boy. I remember NBA young boy saying that he bisexual.
Hmm.
You heard that
I ain't
shit?
heard about that one.
Yeah,
You sure?
yeah. Yeah, yeah, he getting humped on in some of them videos too, bro.
Hey, these young people, that's gonna kill a dream, boy. They love them from that young boy.
I mean, that I don't think it's gonna stop shit, bro. It might be something he's doing to kind of keep his shit like you know. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's what Hi Davis thing. But I mean, I don't know what was that humiliation ritual or something or what. But yeah, but NBA young boy is bisexual now. Um, and it might he might be so far gone it won't hurt him. It'll just make him, you know, more, like it'll make it more prevalent for dudes to feel like they can be, bisexual and gay. You know what I'm saying? Because these niggas out here wearing skirts right now with a
Yeah.
stick and some J's, and I don't really like that. I don't like to see. I don't want to see that, bro. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a future of that. You know, dudes in skirts, man. Come on, bro. That's one of them signs was like what? So you got the most masculine man on planet Earth to start dressing like bitches. Where does that? Okay, so where do you other men stand? How do you think that you stand a chance against that? Because once that becomes the thing, then that's going to make it the way you guys are going to be influenced by that now.
Yeah,
You
gotta start rocking it.
don't start having to wear J's with a skirt and get bitches. If motherfuckers make it popular for motherfuckers to wear purses and skirts, bro, you can guarantee I don't give a fuck about being popular, bro. I will wait until pants start like the style.
Gotta start
So
rocking it. That's the thing.
fuck no, nigga. You gonna be rocking them. Niggas is rocking hella rhinestones right now. My jeans don't got no rhinestones in them, blood. Nah. I'm not saying that, the niggas that got sparkling and shit shouldn't have it. But when you out sparkling the bitches, bro, that's a lot of sparkly shit on you, man. You like you niggas don't need that much attention, bro. Okay?
They don't use wallets no more. They use them little they call it a man purse.
Yeah, that's sucker shit, bro. You got a merch, nigga. I love to see a nigga with a merch come to the motherfucking door at a security spot and be like, open this motherfucking merch up, nigga, so I can see inside this bitch. What you got in this purse, nigga? you, you bitch got matching purses.
Literally.
This nigga got his and hers set, bro. Wow, nigga. Congratulations, you a bitch, bro. Come on. You need to fully transition, dude. You a whole bro. Don't come around me with no motherfucking purse on, nigga. And think you finna get no points, boy. You finna get what? Sick. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. Like, I mean, to each his own. I don't dig it. Obviously.
Shit, Young
Um,
Thug and all of them made that shit popular.
but see, that's the thing, bro. Them niggas be trolling, bro. You niggas just be following along with that shit. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga shit don't know if it's gonna flop or not. You know what? To make niggas listen, they just throw a skirt on. You know what I mean? Niggas start going back into his old shit. Like, when did he start wearing a skirt? Was there anything to indicate that is he bisexual? Is it, you know what I'm saying? You listening to all the songs, he just trolled your ass and then listen to his shit, bro. You dumb. And then you wearing a gay shit like this nigga. You know, fingernail polish and shit. You bitches ought to be ashamed of yourself giving your pussy to a nigga that wear a skirt like you. That shit is crazy.
They
I
got
mean,
they got man skirts.
man skirts. Come on, bro. You talking about a kilt, nigga? Like but them All right.
Oh
Like,
shit.
hell nah, bro. A skirt, nigga. I don't even know if I could wear no skirt, man. Yeah, come on, bro. I mean, if a nigga decided to be on some free ball shit with the skirt on, bro, me hanging out the skirt, bro, it ain't no balls long than a motherfucker. Like, nigga definitely got to wear a dress. Like, nah, bro, this
Literally.
shit not cool. Hell nah, bro. Hell nah, bro. What the fuck? That's way no, bro. I seen some woman, bro, on Instagram shaking her pussy around, bro. That motherfucker was jiggling side to side like a ball sack, though. It was disgusting. It was so bad, bro. She looked like she had like a form. I keep saying, I'm using the word she very loosely because I'm pretty sure I don't even know what it was. The ball, I don't know what it was. It was moving too back and forth like it was not nothing. A coochie is usually pretty stiff. Either her coochie was loose. Then some bitch said in church, uh, she was working, so she seen the lady working out so hard that her pussy fell out.
Damn.
Yeah, the lady y'all be doing squats and shit, trying to get y'all shit right. Don't overlift and lose. Nigga pussy fell out the whole. It fell off the bone, bro.
And what's crazy is they teaching this in schools now that is okay. You know what I'm saying? And on TV, cartoons, everything.
What? Teaching what?
Like, being gay is okay.
I
Gay
mean,
or bi or trans.
yeah, the trans shit is kind of crazy. All of it is kind of, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's the one that's the craziest out of all of that. The bi and the gay and the shit. That shit is not cool. I mean, when it comes to like the procreation aspect, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't regenerate a population if 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 the
Facts.
world started over, bro. And you was like 16 people left, and like 12 of the niggas is gay, bro. This shit is not gonna work.
Nope. Not at
You
all.
know what I mean? Like somebody gonna have to switch out. Like it's for the world, bro. I don't go that way. Like Janice, nobody was talking to you. Stay gay. Talk about some of these young, tender gay ones. This just started gay. You ain't even been gay that long, have you? I've been gay for 3 weeks. Like, oh man, bro. Hey, you should consider coming back this way, bro. You need people, but it just doesn't make sense, bro. I mean, I'm not against nobody, what they do when they get freaky. It just I don't like when they be trying to put it all in everybody's face and make everybody see it and make us all take part in it. Like, like y'all gotta have these niggas kissing each other on the screen, bro. Like y'all gotta it's bad enough that niggas is walking around real close to each other, holding hands and touching each other's ears and shit, but y'all wanna make niggas kiss, bumping chests and shit
Yep.
on screen, moaning and shit. Mm. Making niggas uncomfortable.
Hey, that shit insane.
That shit. Hey, I can't even. Ooh wee. Hey, I feel bad for. Shout out to all the niggas that's been in prison. Niggas actually listen to what other niggas get busy with some niggas like on the floor, like it was like late night. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. Hey, welcome home, nigga. Y'all stay out of there, bro. Hey, as guards, y'all be hearing that shit too? Oh
Hey,
shit.
I'm gonna tell you though, like,
Look.
like from me working there, you know, I'm gonna tell you, and you really won't never know. A female will never know, or a dude will never really much know, depending on how they come out. But a lot of them guys in there, they'll be probably muscular, full of tattoos,
Mm,
probably in there for murder or something like that.
mm.
And when you meet them, you would never think that they'll mess with a man. But in there, they be messing with men in there, like secretly, because who gonna really know? Nobody in the world gonna know. Only we know in there.
And but y'all don't be like y'all be like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I had a girl ask me, well, she didn't, I ain't never did no time, Lord forbid. Thank you. I mean, I ain't never did no time, but I think a friend of mine was telling me that his girl, like his homegirl, asked him about, or she didn't ask him about something. He got out and seen that this dude that she was with, his sister, I think, and she was with a dude that was like a sissy boy inside the prison. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know if he told her or he tried to tell her and she didn't listen. Like when a motherfucker get hit, right? Like they don't consider it gay because they said it's just prison gay, especially if they not the ones getting hit. If they the one doing the digging, like doing the sticking, they don't consider that gay. They say that's prison gay, and that's only because they in there. But when they get out, they gonna not be fucking dudes no more. You know what I'm saying? But dudes that was getting fucked, they out here hitting chicks like it's no tomorrow because they trying to get their manhood back. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I seen on my story. Did you see on the story when I sent it? Niggas was saying what the tattoo tear mean, and that's what it
Yeah.
really that it was popularized by Johnny Depp's character in the movie, and but it was tough explaining it when they got out. It was meant to humiliate the person that got raped and get their face tattooed with a tear on it. And then he was like, well, when people get out, when they get out, they'll be telling people that they killed the man, or that's you know what I'm saying. But he said, if figuratively, I mean, it kind of means it is truth to that because they manhood died in there. I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah, cause yeah, I didn't, and I used to. Sometimes they used to have me work PC, and normally in PC, not always, but at times I like if I go in for overtime, all the other shifts, so they probably have PC department open, so I'll go over there sometime. And in PC, majority of the time, it's none but gay people in there. Like, and they really mentally be believing that they females. Like, you can't tell them no different. Like, they'll be willing to risk it all and get more time put on there for assaulting one of the officers or staff behind you, telling them that they not no female.
They didn't brainwash themselves into thinking they a girl for real, huh?
Yep, and they come up with ways to create lipstick and make makeup. They come up with different ways to do that. And I ain't gonna lie, and I didn't met some to where look just like a female. Literally, you couldn't
Oh,
even much tell. Y'all,
damn.
you only knew because they was wearing white, so you obviously that they're an inmate. But I was like, if this person was out and about in the free world, you would hardly know unless they open their mouth and start talking.
Wow. Got their little eyebrows did and shit. Trying to look like a straight
Yeah,
woman.
everything, long hair, everything.
Wow. Well, we're gonna do these last two things, bro. um, we got the next segment I like to call Don't Be a Weirdo. You ain't had to spend some sponsors, but don't be a weirdo, yo. But nigga, don't be a weirdo. today, on today's Don't Be a Weirdo, we got a teacher that was charged with the abuse of a student that was like on the spectrum, bro. So let's go and see what's going on with that.
Runs through schools, coming home from class with a haircut.
I do not believe my son did that to himself or had the time to sit there and part it out. It looks like almost like layers.
The administration investigated and did not find evidence an employee was responsible, suggesting the child cut his own hair. In the little girl's case, court records detail a teacher's aide telling police she was screaming and crying. And Arnold started, quote, purposefully stepping on her feet. When Arnold was asked by authorities if pulling hair is an acceptable means of controlling a child with special needs, he claimed he didn't remember the incident and said, in his professional opinion, no.
The family is very, very concerned that he's going to get a slap on the wrist. They are concerned that more people weren't charged with failing to report. And then again, this little girl is going to be scarred for the rest of her life. Someone she trusted, a teacher, hurt her.
And I reached out to Frontier Public Schools for a comment and Noble County District Attorney Brian Hermanton's office to see what steps the state will be taking. I'm waiting to hear back, and we'll have updates on KFOR.com.
Well, that didn't do me as much good as I wanted to do because I didn't get the person's name, but it was a teacher, and they are this week's weirdo of the week. And man, people watching you, bro, can't be abusing people's kids and shit. I seen one incident where a lady hid a camera in her child's hair, like because it's a mute child, and they couldn't talk, but they put a camera in the child's hair and they recorded the people doing stuff to that kid, mistreating it, bro. It's wild, bro. How people think they can get away with shit because ain't nobody watching, bro. But one dude, he came back with a vengeance after he seen they was doing something wrong. He had his baby in the closet or some shit. It was a dude. He wants to get up there and beat up like 3 or 4 females, bro. He beat the shit out the bitch. But don't be a weirdo. And then the last thing I got is who got active. Now today who got active. A female nurse that was out and about and it was a shooting and then somebody needed her help and she stopped and gave them the help that they needed in the mix of all the commotion. Wait, I'm trying to share my screen. Share my
And hang out. But in the middle of all that chaos, a local nurse leaned on her training. Even though she was at the festival with her kids, she stepped in to help a teen who'd been shot. A warning, the images you see may be disturbing. 13 Action News Harris is live now with her story.
Christian, the sound of gunfire sent people running, but for one local nurse, she did the opposite. She says she used her training to help a 16-year-old shooting victim stay conscious and look out for the safety of her kids.
It was a lot. It was a pop, 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 pop. Like, it was a lot.
Chaos after shots rang out. Toledo police say at least 12 people, ranging in age from 14 to 61, were injured Saturday in a mass shooting near the Old Weston Festival.
As I was sitting there, I'm like, give me water, give me napkins, give me this. Hold his head up. Don't lay him down.
For one quick thinking nurse who was fundraising with her daughters for cheerleading at Maplewood in Delaware, she says she helped one of the shooting victims.
I looked.
Looks like a lot of background noise on your. It's better now though.
Look, and I seen a boy walking towards us, and he looked flushed in the face. He was like limping. He just didn't look. And then after I looked at his face, I noticed the blood.
Sierra Wells has been a nurse for 8 years and stepped right in to help a teen who was shot.
He just kept saying, "Ma'am, please, please, I don't want to die. Please keep me alive."
Wells leaned on her training amid the chaos to keep the young men. Wells leaned on her training.
Sierra Wells, you are our activated individual of the week.
Amid the chaos to keep the young men conscious.
He was talking to me. I was asking his name, how old he was, and he was just saying to me like, "Ma'am, please don't let me die. I don't want to die. I'm only 16." And that just, as a mom and a nurse, that just broke my heart right there.
It's an incident that caused mass confusion and worry.
In the midst of the chaos and me trying to keep eyes on my own children and help him, I was scared. I didn't know if they was going to start shooting again. I didn't want to get trampled.
Wells says her kids are traumatized by the mass shooting incident, and she hopes the community can do a better job coming together, especially as summer heats up.
Every teenager isn't bad. Every parent don't raise their kids to go out and do what they did. But I just hope situations like these open our eyes, because it's the beginning of the summer. This is just the beginning.
And with that, she's asking parents to take responsibility and keep a close eye on their children, and that everyone should be allowed to feel safe.
Just hope everybody is on the same page of creating a safer environment so that we can enjoy our city, because our city is not a bad city. It's bad people everywhere, but I don't know. We just gotta do better.
Yeah. And we got something going on out here in the city, I think Wednesday. So, y'all ain't trying to do something about what's going on out here. It's gonna be at the Bryant Center. I think I don't know exactly hours. I think it might be like 5 to 7 or something like that. But yeah, check and see what's going on at the Bryant Center on Wednesday, July 8th. Whatever the Wednesday is coming up. Today is Monday, the 15th, so I think it's the 17th. I want to say the 18th, but yeah. Check about and see what's going on with that. But anyway, that's been the show for today, man. Nephew, tell them where to find you at.
I'm on Instagram, 4K Dizzle Films, 4K Dizzle Films, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram.
Yeah, man, y'all get y'all videos bad by brother, man. Just stop playing. And y'all come back and see us next week, man. But for the rest of y'all, man, have a productive week, and I'll see y'all next time. It's been a good show, man. It's Jamerson, and I'm signing off.